Says you are live, so
let us know when we're live now or we're good.
The show is live. Yeah,
Got it.
y'all. I'm gonna do a little intro so y'all can share it because I'm always pull that up and say it anyway.
Yep.
This is the one I'm coming to first. We're at 7. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the BCSN Game Time Show. We are live here in Aggieland, North Carolina A&T State University, right here in Greensboro, North Carolina, joined by Antoine, Dwayne, Jones, as well as David Rhodes, all members of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. We're going to get that out of the way real quick. I am Roy Evans. Kim in the background getting things together for us, keeping us popping with the looks, man. Listen, guys, are y'all ready for a great day?
Hey,
Absolutely.
Man, it's been great so far.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, David told us, he says there's the Aggie Eagle Classic, and then there's everything else, as he liked to put it. We're going to see about that because one of the few things that we really do like to get into is eating.
Right.
I'm greedy.
Amen.
And we stopped by a couple of the places over here and saw some things that are going on. So we're going to run some tape of that soon here. We're going to get some things talked about. But before we get into that, what we want you to do is call your friends, shoot the little link out, let them know the Game Time Show is on. See, they've already been Aggies because you see what time we're coming on, right?
Mm-hmm.
The show is normally from 9 to noon a.m., but we had to wait till the afternoon to get the show on. But we're good with that because we're going to make it happen and do it anyway. Let your folks know that we're on. We're going to have a lot of fun. This is, as we like to call it, our last preseason game that we're getting ready for. Next week starts the conference season, so we'll be full-fledged, all in, rolling around right now. We got Runneth Water as one of our sponsors who's up under that tent. Be kicking it with the BCSN tent next week. Wait till you see it. It's going to be live. But, guys, let's start with, since this is your home, we're going to let you go last.
Let's go.
ADJ, talk to me, man. What are you looking forward to for today? What do we got going on?
Well, I mean, just the spirit of camaraderie, man. So although it's the Aggies and the Eagles going against each other, we know that HBCU support is a big thing, and that HBCU love is always going to be there. So being a Fayetteville State Bronco, I got that Bronco pride. I'm going to hear Aggie pride all day, but, man, it really is all love to see, HBCU be on the campus, seeing these amazing individuals at North Carolina A&T State University getting education, putting it on for the peoples. They're taking our monies and they trying to do all kind of stuff on the background, but we here and we see the love, that's given upon every individual person that love their university. So I'm giving it up to the Aggies. I'm giving it up to the Eagles, representing their schools, representing the legacy that comes within the HBCU culture. No doubt.
David, talk to us, man. This is your home. What are we looking forward to here?
So this is one of the marquee games of the season for A&T. I know you called it the final preseason game, so this is the best way to close your preseason with regards to that. So when you talk about this game, it doesn't matter what the records are. It doesn't matter how down a team is. This is going to be a dogfight, top to bottom. Prior to the game, you're going to have the tailgate. You're going to have the banter with regards to that. So I'm looking forward to that. I love coming down for an Aggie Eagle game. So I was down here last week for Hampton. Now I'm here for Aggie Eagle. So I'm looking forward to how this game is going to go, considering the dramatic win that A&T had last week.
Awesome.
All right. So what we're going to do here, we're going to not take a break. We're going to go ahead and let you get some of the video. We walked around, talked to a few folks, got some stuff ready. So, yeah, Kim, hold it for a second. And then we're going to go in because we talked to Mo, who was a former running back here.
Mo Smith.
Right. Yeah, doing this thing, him and his crew, some of his former teammates telling me that we need to get back to Tallahassee because they got some stuff they need to make right. But, we won't get into that. We also talked to the overtime boys who were over here grilling, doing some stuff. So, listen, guys, y'all check some of this stuff out. We're going to come back. We're going to talk a little bit more about Majority Greek, finish up our series on the new president at Barber Scotia College in North Carolina, Mr. Chris Ray, who's also a member of Phi Beta Sigma, doing his thing. They got students back on the yard. It's a lot of great things going on down there, so we'll show that last interview with him and Dwayne. We, of course, are going to get into the games. We're going to be talking about the HBCU, as we like to say on HBCU violence today, getting it in. And then we will talk about this one, talk about some of the things that are going on. But right now, let's talk about, let's you see some of our preseason stuff. Here on the campus of North Carolina A&T State University, we're about to walk around and check out a little bit of this tailgate. See what my man David is talking about. Because I keep hearing all that stuff about how great this thing is.
Listen, man, don't let your Bronco bias.
Hey, man, still proud at the end. Still proud at the end. Let's go see what they got, man. Let's get it.
2, 1.
All right, everybody, like we said, we told you we are out here at the Aggie Eagle Classic, telling me that it's the Aggie Eagle Classic and everything else. So the first thing we had to do was check out somebody who's grilling and doing some things. And we kind of looked over and saw a brother doing some stuff. Come on in here, man. We want you to introduce yourself and your partners who are here with you. And tell us your class when you were here and what you got, who y'all are, man. What we got going on?
So we ex-players, man. You got an eagle coming by at the same time. See, that's how it goes. But don't get in our camera angle right now, because you ain't worried of this. But I got my teammates here. We all played football in the 90s. We missing about, I think, 6 of them. They ain't got here yet. They probably late from partying last night. But we're here, and we're gonna do the thing and enjoy ourselves and maybe feed a few of the Eagles.
I wanted to hear how it sounds because ain't nobody saying nothing negative, so I'm assuming it sounds fine.
Yeah, it looks.
Running back.
Running back?
Oh, man, that was a long snap. Rest in the mid.
Arthur Perry, our cornerback.
All right, cool. So, Kim, let me get you to come on in here. Mo, we need you to open this up, man, and let the people see what you're working with, because I was rather impressed. And, one thing we rattlers can do is we can eat.
You come on back and eat. Come on closer. Come on closer.
Come on up here and get this here. Look what they got.
Right now, we're dealing with a little bit of cabbage in the bag.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Smoke all of this and give it a little mild taste to it, but it's cooked all night. The chops and the ribs. And this is pork sausage, pork hot dogs, so we all pork for now. And then we're going to come back and do a few other things.
Look great.
Salmon and, I think we got a front over there. We might stir fry some more cabbage. I don't know. We got a whole case.
But we're going to have to see what you're working with, man. So listen, one of the things that we are actually planning on the network, too, is we're going to do a grill-off competition.
Oh, yeah?
And we're going to find folks as we travel around the country this season to these different games and see who's working with some stuff. And then we're going to invite them to Atlanta. And
Gotta take care of ourselves,
Sound
man.
like you gonna have a healthy budget.
Look here, we're going to make it do what it does.
I hear you,
We're
man.
going to find the best HBCU grill out there. So we're going to see if you're going to make that cut there. The first week.
I don't know if I can make the cut. This is the first week for you.
This is going to be our first official. This is our last
But
preseason
damn,
week.
I can set the standard.
You can set the standard. That's it.
Okay.
All right.
My man.
Thank you, Mo.
Enjoy it,
We gonna
man.
let you
Even
guys
though you're a
get back.
rapper, I ain't gonna give you no fudge.
Look,
Hey, but y'all need to book a game with us.
Oh, we do. We really do.
We gotta make that happen.
We really do.
We gotta make that
Listen, I've been telling people we either need to bring y'all back to Atlanta or Tennessee State. Y'all,
Yeah.
Us in
That ain't gonna
Atlanta.
happen.
Us in
I
Atlanta.
don't
would
think
be
that's
crazy.
gonna happen for now. But we need to do a home and home.
We can do home and home. We can always
Oh,
do
no,
that.
Tallahassee. We
Every-
got
The
something
last,
set.
the last,
Everybody
we
wants to
got,
come to Tallahassee.
well, we got something to sell.
We
The last time we was in Tallahassee, we lost by a field goal, extra point. And the kicker didn't make the flight back.
All right, folks. We're going to go around and check out some more of the Aggies. Thank you, fellas. We'll be back right here on the
Aggie
BCSN Game Time Show.
Aggie pride.
Oh, Kim. She said, do what you need to do. So, guys, we're going to jump back in on this particular video because we didn't really get a conversation with them. This is the Overtime boys doing their thing. And, man, look, I'm going to give it to y'all Aggies, man. Y'all look like y'all got a little something going on.
Oh, yeah.
On the Grizzle, Yeah, man.
Yeah, so we wait for those plates to come on over and Emmett. Yes,
Right.
we are getting hungry as well, sir. So we right there with you.
Definitely.
And it's gonna be look good. And that cabbage, you got the question. The cabbage looked great.
Oh, yeah.
My folks from I love cabbage.
Oh.
So seeing cabbage on the grill for me was like, oh, I need to try that.
Yeah.
So
That's in the meal rotation about once a week at Casa de la Jones. We gotta have some cabbage, man, some corn. So it's looking good over there. Looking good.
Love
I
cabbage.
can do all the pork, but you know what I'm saying? It look tasty. Everything looks tasty over there.
Oh, yeah.
definitely, man. And we're gonna get definitely into some of that. So we cleared that video, man. But these guys are coming in. We're gonna come back and catch another video as we go, and we'll actually let this run out. We got some things happening. These were the players coming in as the Aggies were getting ready to come into it. Talk to us, David.
Yeah, so the A&T football team is pulling up. They're coming in. They're heading into the Truist Stadium, which is awesome to see. You know, after that big win last week, now they're focused on the game because this is the game for us. So from that standpoint, this was awesome to see those guys come out and getting ready for this game, man. Because you know, I walked to the back side of the tailgate area and I saw our Eagle over there. I saw the van is there, so they're already here too. So it's going to be interesting when this game kicks off at 4:00.
You know, I got something I want to ask you because it's different that you guys have this game this early in the season. Most big rivalry games are at the end of the season. Like I said, we talked about the Bayou Classic, the Florida Classic, even the Magic City. Magic City is actually kind of more in the middle.
Yeah, it's in October.
But you guys, you know, this is one of the first games kicking off the season. How does that go? Because I know for us, man, when we play Bethune and we're getting in that last game of the season and you have the opportunity to knock them either out of playoff contention, championship, you know, that's just the thing. How is it with the game being this early in the year?
It's fascinating when you look at the history of the Aggie Eagle Classic, when you start thinking about that historical perspective of it. We've played this game in every month of the regular season football season. We played it in August, we played it in September, we played it in October, we played it in November, we've even played it in December. So the game is the game. It doesn't matter where we play, when we play. It's going down, right? And I know, like as a student, when I went to A&T, I went to A&T from 2000 to 2004. They played that game that Labor Day weekend.
Okay.
So that's the way it was. But at the time, A&T was in the MEAC, Central was in the CIAA, the school down the road was in CIAA.
Right.
But when
I was waiting for you to get to the school down the road.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. I think I've said their name too many times as it is today. But so the school down the road, they were in the CI at the time. When they came back to the MEAC, because folks don't remember, they were a founding member.
Right.
When they returned to the MEAC, then it became the closer. And there were some people that weren't the biggest fans of it being the closer, but then in some aspects of it, a lot of times those two schools were in there for the MEAC championship. So it ended up becoming a championship game in many aspects. And during the Celebration Bowl time era, that was pretty much the game to decide whether or not they could potentially go to the Celebration Bowl.
Gotcha.
So it's been awesome to see, to say the least, in regards to that.
Man, and listen, that's the thing, man. That's why I like that game, these rivalry games, at least for me personally, being at the end of the year. Because there's, especially when you're already, you know, those years that you're having a bad season and you can still knock your rival out from going to something. That's always.
They definitely did that to y'all.
Look, see,
they definitely did that to y'all.
Hit him in the back like that.
Here we go. Right, boom. You know, he had to get the little dig in, but you know, yes. We'll give it to the Wildcats. They did that for a good little while.
Yeah, well, what's funny, we're going to talk about somebody that was a former Wildcat coach later on the show.
That's right.
So.
We're going to get into Brian Jenkins on some things as they get ready to go against his new team, the Tigers down there, Denver Waters. So what we're going to do, y'all, we're going to take our first quick break. Then we're going to come back, get into a little bit more conversation about some of the things surrounding the Aggie Eagle Classic, talk about Chris Ray at Barbara Scotia and some other stuff. Actually going to talk about, before we leave, we're actually going to talk about our game next week, where we're scheduled to be down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, for the Boombox Classic. Another classic is we are going to be searching and grading the best classics in homecoming in HBCU sports. This is going to be like a 3-year thing. We'll give you more details on that when we get back, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more right here on the BCSN Game Time Show.
This is the dean of the College of HBCU Sports.
Oh, yeah, they out here now.
Inside
the or something. It was on your back. I can't smack it off while we was on camera.
Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6:00 p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN
people starting
app.
to come in now.
As we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was and the sporting HBCU data, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports.
Oh, y'all want to see something? Want to see some
on Dr. Cavill's
Some
Inside
non-public
HBCU
information?
Sports Lab with Mike
Hold on,
Watson and
let's
Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
That's a crescent that's coming out in October. I shot the cover for it. It's clean, bro. Okay.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
All right, everybody, hello and welcome back. We are live here from Truist Stadium on the campus of North Carolina A&T State University. See, I didn't realize that you guys were North Carolina A&T State University until I'm giving AD Drew his props. He was the one that we got into some conversation. I don't know how we did it, but it came up, and I was like, oh, okay, that's real interesting. Kind of, but whatever. But
Look, man, look, listen. You got to have the state in all of it when you're state school. We're part of the UNC system. There's 16 of us, so
Okay, that's state money.
five HBCUs are part of that UNC system.
Right.
which is crazy. We know that North Carolina is the state with the most HBCUs in it, and definitely with the ones that are state funded. I mean, FAMU's the only 4 that are in the state of Florida. We're the only state funded HBCU. So it's it's always great to have those folks who are engaged in that and getting some things going. So as you guys see, one of the banners that we've got up, Majority Greek, we've talked about it. We've gotten in. Want to get to my man ADJ, man. Let him tell you a little bit about what Majority Greek is, what the Pearly Awards are, and what some of that partnership is going to look like with us here on the BCSN Game Time show and the network in general. ADJ, take it away, man.
So, I mean, I'm a photographer by trade. Again, Fayetteville State University graduate. So I using that marketing degree to be effective as I can on growing the brand. So I'm really, really looking forward to getting the word out about what Majority Greek and the Pearly Awards are. So just think we created an Essence magazine for Greeks. And then the Pearly Awards will be the Stellar Awards of the Grammys for Greek. So we created an award show in a magazine that will highlight D9 members. The 1st of January, considering all the things that's going on in the world right now, we open it up to HBCU content as well. So now we'll have it was the only Essence style fashion and lifestyle magazine dedicated just for that content ever, right? And the same with the Pearly Awards. It was the only Grammy Stellar Award style show dedicated just for D9 awardees and honorees. So it's just amazing just to be able to give flowers, to people to see and let the outside world as well as the inside world see what people in fraternities and sororities do outside of what the public perception may be. We just party, we just kick it. But no, these individuals are actually the pillars in the community, and we wanted to show that in grand fashion as we like to do.
And that's one of the things that, as he mentioned, in today's atmosphere, in today's society, we have to be responsible for telling our own stories as a community. And so we're going to definitely do that with the D9s, with the HBCUs, and getting ready. So we're going to finish. We talked about this the first week of the season when we were down in Miami. And what we're going to do is finish up second interview that ADJ did with brother Chris V. Ray, JD, who is the new president at Barber Scotia College. He is also a member of Phi Beta Sigma. Former immediate past president. I think I said that right.
Past international president.
Right?
Phi
Yeah.
Beta Sigma Fraternity.
Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated doing this thing, and we're actually going to get him in because we want to make sure that we find ways for everybody to help support Barber Scotia as they're coming back. He's trying to rebuild that school, get their accreditation back. Listen, we're going to be calling real hard on you Wildcats, just so you know why, because Mary McLeod Bethune graduated from Barber Scotia, and so we're going to make sure we get in there. But stay tuned, folks. Enjoy this interview. We'll be back to talk a little bit more about it. Right now, Mr. Chris V. Ray.
So, thinking about the future, I first had to ask myself, what is plaguing HBCUs from being fiscally sound?
Or at least fiscally responsible.
You know, so it's a loaded question, and when you think through it, and it's a lot of different areas.
I'm gonna have to make sure.
But one of the things, now, I spent 22 years in the military as an information technology officer. So I've had the opportunity to sit at the front seat of watching innovation. And so I realized that many of our HBCUs were just not online. Some of them had a couple of online, a couple of options here and there, but they didn't have a robust online infrastructure. And that goes back to the previous question, because there's a lot of reasons for that. But I knew that as a private HBCU, I wouldn't have the luxury of receiving state dollars. So I had to think through, how do I bring institution back after going through what we went through? So I decided I want to build the largest online HBCU in the world. And that's, I'm planting my flag in the ground. That's who we're going to be, right? Barbara Scotia College will be the largest online HBCU in the country. I'm going to be unapologetic about it, because I believe that that is the future. But then I had to start thinking about my community and realizing that, I'm a man of faith. So I know that everyone isn't born that needs a degree. Right. Everybody doesn't need a degree, right? There are some people that God, in the womb, he said, you know what? You're going to be a master craftsman. Right. You're going to be a master builder.
Or just the fact that, just the need for entrepreneurship as a whole, or modern for African Americans.
As a whole, right. creating our own ecosystem, right? So, but then also realizing that there are some people who need to upskill their situation, having certifications and so forth and so on. So I went to the board of trustees and I said, there are 3 lanes that we have to play in as an institution. We need to have a robust certification program. We need to have our traditional, get my bachelor's, my master's, eventually my PhD, my doctorate degree. But then I also said that we need to have a trade school connected to our college. And it was like what? But that's what we're going to have. So Barbara Scotia College will be announcing, very soon, a partnership with an organization that's going to help us build out our trade school arm of the college. Right. Because the world needs more HVAC, plumbers, electricians, carpenters, individuals who are going to be in the tech space that necessarily, I don't need a degree. I don't need a degree. I need the skills to be able to get into this job force to make some money for me and for my family. Right now. That's the future. Or that's not even the future, that's the right now. And we're going to be that institution. So those are going to be the 3 lanes that we're going to play in. And I believe that creating that 3-legged stool is going to provide the fiscal infrastructure that we need in order for us to not just survive, but to truly thrive as an institution.
So, and you have that, but you'll also have students on campus.
That's right.
So
that's right.
For a HBCU graduate, again, we'll go back to that building community, being around others just like you. So right. even though it's still an online structure, you'll still have what as far as on campus?
Sure. So, and of course, we're in a different place today than we're going to be in 5 years, right? So I want to first shout out, my students that are coming on August 22nd. Moving weekend is August 22nd, 23rd. These are some brave souls, right? These students have said to me, hey, President Ray, we want to be a part of Barbara Scotia Rising. We want to be a part of the rise of Barbara Scotia College. So we want to be a part of history. We know that it's not going to be all the bells and whistles like all of the major institutions or even some of our HBCUs. We want to be a part of history. But what they also know is that they want to create their own community. They want to have their own experience, their own college experience. So even though they're all online, The classes are all online. And the reality is that that's what makes, when you think about from an economic standpoint, it just makes sense. Now we have a couple of students that will, we have a few classes that will be hybrid, that will be in person, right? But the majority of the classes will be online. But we're creating a college community for our kids to come. We're getting ready to bring back the rural court. We're getting ready to bring back student government. We have sports. So all of that is a part of this college experience. They're going to create their own organizations. I already have some of the students asking me about Greek life. I'm like, all in time, but it'll happen. But you have to be able to put them in that environment, and then watch them watch them grow.
That sounds good. So, what is absolute, like, what's tomorrow? What's tomorrow? Like, what's the average day for you?
Up early. There's so much. I got a bazillion emails, always flying back and forth that we have, dealing with the community now. We're trying to build, all these various partnerships, letting people know that, hey, Barber Scotia is alive and well. Some folks that are like, what, Barber, y'all still open? Are they open now? I had to remind folks that technically we weren't really closed. We've never closed in the 158 years. We just that we had some years that we weren't operating at our fullest strength, right? But the college still, we're still sending out transcripts and people calling, getting information, and so we were still operating as an institution. But what's next? I mean, every day it's I'm here. Yesterday I'm changing out light bulbs. I'm helping my team paint. I'm hauling whatever. I'm the one making all the runs to Lowe's. Because I got the credit card. Because I can't be giving the credit card out to other people. I got to go to Lowe's, bring back materials. I'm on the phone talking with community folks.
That's definitely important. Because once they start seeing kids coming on campus, then the ears perk up, and now it's like, hey, what can we do?
Sure.
The community will come around.
Absolutely. I mean, you have some of the kids who they want to get jobs in the community. I had the director of the Boys and Girls Club sent me all his job openings so that we can share with our students who are interested in working. So, I have companies that are reaching out and saying, hey, we want to provide discounts to students that come and patronize with us. So it's creating that ecosystem for them, but it's also showing the impact of what a college can be in the community, right? So we got to show our worth. We want to be able to show our economic engagement, but then also creating a safe space for our students to be able to be the best version of who God has created them to be.
So what do you need from us? What do you need from the BCSN, from the majority Greek family? What can we offer a hand to?
You can help amplify our story. I mean, the reality is that there are people out there who do support historically Black colleges and universities, and I want to believe that when they hear our story, that this was the grounds that Mary McLeod Bethune walked, and so many other amazing women and men, but specifically the women who started this institution 158 years ago, help tell our story and amplify it out there so that there will be folks who will want to continue to do good. Who doesn't want to wake up every day and say, you know what, I was part of history and I was a part of helping to save this particular institution and making sure that something that's a part of our culture is not erased, because we know that it seems like it's happening every day, right? But you get to do it in your own way, whether it's you make a contribution, whether you come and you volunteer, whether you come and teach a course, whether you send supplies, just do something, because we need it. We need it all. We need it all. And I know that when the day comes when we are accredited again, I'll be able to say that it wasn't just Chris Ray that did this, but it was a whole lot of people, from the gentleman who was power washing our sidewalks yesterday so that we can aesthetically look good when our students get here soon, to the alum who lives all the way in New Jersey, who sent us a digital Lowe's card because I was on live on our Facebook page asking folks to send us Lowe's gift cards so we can go to Lowe's and get the continued supplies that we need. So I just need folks to hear our story, and hopefully to touch them, and hopefully, they'll help me, recreate something very special here in this country, because I can't do another song.
Hey, what's going on? We are here, Barber Scotia College. We just wrapped up talking to the president of Barber Scotia College and our current immediate past president, Chris V. Ray J.D., member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, of course. This has been a majority Greek moment here on the BCSN Game Time show. Make sure y'all support this university. We'll have all the information for you guys to check out real soon.
All right, guys, there's that interview that we had with Brother Ray. And the first thing we want folks to do, man, listen, go ahead and check them out. That is their website, b-sc.edu. That was it, right?
b-sc.edu.
Go to the website and donate, man. I mean, listen, $5, $10, whatever you can send them. You got 20, send it out, man. We need to help our schools do the things that they need to do to get back and get going again. Like I said, we're going to try to get Chris on next week to talk about those 80 students who are back on campus and doing that thing. And those students, he was telling us about it, how the kids were so excited to be back on campus, even though they were going to be doing the majority of their classes virtually. And, this is the kind of thing that we've got to be able to do, man. I mean, the history that Barber Scotia is, that is Barber Scotia, and the impact that if no one else, Mayor McLeod Bethune had. I mean, there's so much more. Got an opportunity to see the history, D. And I mean, it's surreal, man, when we realistically get to see our history as recorded by us, as reported by us. So please go to b-sc.edu. There's a donation link somewhere on that main page. Find it, donate, give them something, help those students out. Do what you can do. If you can do more, please feel free to do it. Go out and get some things. We are going to go ahead and take our next break. And when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about football. How about we do that? Get ready. We're waiting to see if they're gonna bring the food over here, because we're gonna talk about the food for real. But you guys stay tuned. We'll be right back after these quick breaks.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically Black colleges and universities legendary. Whether you're a student or a lifelong supporter, our gear lets you wear your HBCU story with confidence and style. Because when you wear HBCU Image, you're not just wearing clothes. You're wearing culture. You're wearing pride. You're wearing purpose. HBCU.
College football fans, the Cricket Celebration Bowl is celebrating 10 years of crowning an HBCU national champion. A champion will rise at Mercedes-Benz Stadium on December 13th as the MEAC and SWAC champions clash in Atlanta. Join us for championship football, interactive fan experiences, and iconic marching bands. It's an HBCU family reunion that you don't want to miss. See who will be crowned the next HBCU national champion. For event and ticket information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically Black colleges and universities legendary. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
College football fans, a champion will rise in Atlanta on December 13th. MEAC champion, SWAC champion, the 10th Cricket Celebration Bowl, crowning an HBCU national champion. For event and ticket information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com. ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year. Returning to Atlanta on December 12th, 4 bands will qualify for the big stage, where 2 national champions will be crowned. Follow us for rankings updates throughout the season, and join us on December 12th. For event and ticket information, visit bandoftheyear.com.
When it comes to perfection,
Welcome back to the BCSN Game Time Show live from Aggieland, doing their thing. And I'm not going to do it, David. I'm going to let you do it since somebody says something on here. Jonathan Harmon, I'm going to let you do that because I'm not saying that.
Aggie Pride.
Yeah.
Now look, man, that's what it is.
Getting it in, man. Getting it in. We're here having a lot of fun, getting some stuff together. So, you know what? We were out, like I said, getting some B-roll and some stuff earlier. So what we want to do, let me see here. Let's get this over. There we go. Getting it on there. David, tell us a little bit about what we're looking at, although the video is kind of sideways. I'm not sure why that's happening, but, you know. Hey.
No worries. But so basically, that's some of the A&T football greats. We have a wall for them. We also have a wall within the stadium for the Olympians. Oh, there goes. So we have some of our great Olympians and some of our national championships that we won in track as well. So basically, the football and track stars who did their thing during that period, like a Randolph Ross, Cambria Sturgis, Tariq Cohen. So
nice.
Yeah. So that 4x400. You know, so we're still doing what we got to do, even though the current track coach went up to Tennessee and he's doing some good things up in Tennessee. We got Alan Johnson right now, who's the current coach, is doing his thing, still getting folks qualified for nationals and things of that sort. We won our first CAA title was in indoor track this year, so it's been pretty good,
Nice, man. Well, listen, congratulations to North Carolina A&T State University. Come back to me.
Oh, God, here we go.
But that's a discussion for another day. We won't belabor that point at this particular juncture, sir. We won't.
Fair enough. Y'all, why don't y'all come back?
Because we are in a conference we should have been in 20 years ago. So we fit the footprint, and we don't have to travel 3,000 miles to go somewhere.
It is absolutely a better fit for you guys. There's no question about that.
So let's see, a long-suffering Bears fan. Where's my guy?
Tariq Cohen. We just talked to him earlier.
Yeah, man, just ran across it. We get a chance to.
Yeah, they're doing their job now. They in game time mode.
Yeah, they in game time mode. So Tariq is on staff for the football program. So great to see him back.
And we talked to Coach about that. That's something that's very important to include. And Coach said we don't include. It's always there. A family is a family. We always gonna work together.
You know what?
So that's dope.
And I'm sitting here, and I completely forgot that we needed to pull that in and
talk
to Coach. Yeah, we just did the interview with Coach. We need to talk to him. Yeah, we need to show the folks the interview.
So we got a moment while Roy's pulling that up. We got a moment to as we were coming back from Mo Smith's food vendor spot. We got a chance to run into Coach, and he was gracious enough to give us a 2-minute shot clock and some great conversation about today and about the program and the legacy and so forth. So. Hopefully we'll get to take a look at that.
This is the primary camera right here on the left. 4, 3, 2. All right, everybody, we are here at the Aggie Eagle Classic 2025. Coach, how you doing today, sir? We want to first thank you for taking a little bit of your time. We know it's game day, and we definitely appreciate you coming out and talking to us a little bit about what you got going on. You guys ready for today?
Absolutely.
All right. So I was just talking to my guy, David, who's an Aggie here. I walked right by Tariq Cohen. Talk to us a little bit, if you don't mind, about you engaging former players with the program and how important that is to you.
Well, I hadn't really engaged anybody. We've always been family. So when I got the opportunity to come back here as the head coach, they jumped on board. And we want all these former guys to come around and show them what Aggie Pride is really about. So to have people like Tariq and all the other former players that come by daily is great for our program and where we're trying to go.
All right. So is there anything you can give us about what we can look forward to today in the game with the game plan? You know, this will be on what's the game. You know, we won't nobody gonna see it in Central. It's only like four of us watching.
Our game plan doesn't change. It doesn't matter who we play. We want to be able to run the football, stop the run. We want to protect the football. We want to play good in the kicking game.
Okay.
That's going to be no matter who we play.
There you go. David, you got anything you want to ask Mr. Aggie?
I want to have some fun with you. Who's starting today?
At what?
Quarterback.
You coming to the game?
I'll be in it.
You'll see then.
Okay. I love it. All
right. Coach, listen, we're not going to hold you up. We just really want to thank you for taking a few minutes to come out and talk to us. Wish you all the best today, Coach.
Appreciate you.
Take care.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
We'll be back right here on the BCSN Game Time Show. So, yeah. Yeah, somebody will be starting at that position.
There will be a starter.
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about that. We'll talk about some of the things that we know that are going on right now with the Aggies and how they are going to. This is going to be an uphill battle today, and I think this is what the win streak. Central is ahead right now, isn't it? I think so.
Well, they've won. No, we're ahead of the series overall.
Well, overall series, right?
We're ahead of the series. Let's be clear.
Be clear.
We've got to be clear that we're ahead of the series overall. But Central the school down the road has won the last three.
Oh man.
So and like we discussed prior to us going live. Typically, this is we went 4, they went 3, we went 5, they went 4, whatever, right? So it's about time for that streak to break. It's that time. But I will say the quarterback position has been a challenge for the Aggies this year. We are at our 7th string quarterback right now.
7.
But yeah, let's back up, folks, and make sure you heard that number he said. He did not say second.
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So from the depth chart perspective, you normally keep what 3, 4 max on a roster. So the other ones you were just like, hey man, look, I see somebody student center.
It's funny.
Come on in. Like,
now it's funny you say that, right?
Uh-huh.
So you got to remember, he's the brand new football coach.
Okay.
There's a lot of players that were already here. He added his own guys, so he had a decent amount of quarterbacks on the team.
Okay.
And we lost 2 prior to the spring game. We lost 2.
Okay.
We lost the top 2 prior to the spring game. We lost KJ White and we lost Austin Hooker, who came back from FAMU. He transferred. He was at A&T, went to FAMU, and came back to A&T.
Okay.
So then after that, we had the Central Florida game, which they went out to Orlando and they lost 3 quarterbacks during that period. 2 dislocated elbows, 1 broken collarbone.
So that's 5. Right?
That's 5 right there.
And hold on, real quick aside. This is another reason why we should not be playing these money games. Please continue.
All right. So now we go into the game against Hampton last week.
Okay.
We lost our starting quarterback at that point, who was QB6.
Number 6.
QB6. We lost him. Initially, we thought it was a concussion, but it was probably somebody's foot. All right. So then roll in Noah Sanders, 7th string quarterback. He was on the team last year, originally a transfer from Delaware.
So lucky number 7 is what
Lucky number 7.
Hey, bro.
Lucky number 7.
All right.
He proceeded to pull off the 10-point comeback in less than a minute and a half remaining in the game against Hampton last week.
Okay.
So do I have faith in him? Absolutely, I do. And I have to give props to the offensive coordinator, Greg McGee, to prepare that many quarterbacks in such a small period of time. It's outstanding, to say the least.
At least.
First year head coach. First year as an OC as well for Coach McGee. So shout out to him. But when it comes to this game, I think the big thing that we have to focus on and the big thing that we have to win is up front. I think if we win up front, we should be able to pull out this upset. I know right now we're 13.5-point dogs. I think that's way too high. I mean, it is in Greensboro. It's tough to win here. It wasn't tough the last 2 years, but typically, historically, it's tough to win here. So from that aspect, I think we got a chance, and I think we're going to be able to pull this out in a close one.
All right.
Well, we'll get to more of the predictions.
Yeah, we'll get to that
a little bit more for this particular game a little bit later. You know, it's interesting when you have situations like this to lose 7 or 6 quarterbacks is nuts. This is similar to the situation that Alabama State had last year, when I believe they lost like 4 quarterbacks, and then they end up, as Coach said, they had a guy who played quarterback in high school, but was a receiver, who was playing the starting quarterback. And, that could definitely have a severe impact. So hopefully you guys are going to be able to come back from that and have some success as you're moving forward and getting some things going.
Yeah, we get into the harder conference play after this week.
Right.
So we have, after this week, we have G-Ho, Raise Don't Come on Earth. That's our next home game after this.
Yeah, see, there they go.
Yeah. Listen, look where you're at, man.
Hey, man, listen here, man. Do you see this? Do you see this off-screen magic happening right now?
Look, you might as well go ahead and get in front of the camera and put the plate up. This is this is for the overtime guys, right? No, you got to go over there so people can see it. You got to get in front of the camera. Hey, tell the overtime guys, like, see how they gonna just send
one plate,
right? One plate. I'm like, really? Yeah, load it up. Look at that. So
she got some of that. She got some of that low man.
Potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ham.
That's stir fry.
Stir fry.
And look, everybody, I love stir fry.
You understand that we are
never seen stir fry at a tailgate before.
That's why we love our people. We are the HBCU Classic, and fam is eating on some stir fry right now.
Oh yeah.
That's talent, bro.
And the thing that, and I was telling you, man, you got to get your vegetables in, you got to get your starches in.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's important too.
So the other thing that's happening, folks, is let me see if we can get this shot over here to get the wide shot for you. They have opened up the gates. They are letting folks in now.
Yeah, man.
So people are starting to come in. The crowds are starting to pick up in the area. Folks are coming in, seeing a lot of blue and gold, man. Seeing a whole lot of blue and gold. So what you expect, of course, is being your home game, spatterings of maroon and gray. I'm assuming that's what their color palette is.
It's something like that. I'm not sure what their colors are, to be honest with you.
If it ain't blue and white, it ain't right.
It ain't blue and white. If it ain't blue and gold, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to do with that.
So we're getting that, man. Let's take a look. You know what? Let's go ahead and jump into some of these other games, guys, while we wait for additional information on some of the stuff that's going on. And one of the first games that we're going to start with is Bowie State taking on the Bears. That's Shaw, correct? Yes, those are the Shaw Bears.
Livingstone?
No.
Livingstone.
Shaw's maroon.
Yeah, now they're the maroon guys.
Yeah.
That's Mother Shaw.
So what do we have looking at? What do you think about this thing? And we can go into some of these, but just thinking Bowie State is in a transition this year. They are not what they used to be. Their coach, I believe, has moved on and went up to the Division I level and is doing some things. Bowie had been one of the dominant factors in the CIAA the last few years, and so it's looking a little interesting for him this year, man.
I'll say this about Bowie. Bowie is still Bowie until further notice. I understand they lost their coaching staff. I'm easily picking Bowie here. I mean, Livingstone, they're getting a lot of money. Shout out to them. They're getting a lot of anonymous donations at their university.
A lot
of anonymous donations. Not sure it's trickled down to the football program quite yet. So I'm going to roll with Bowie State here.
All right, cool. Next game we got coming up: Clark versus Allen University.
Teddy Keaton coming back to the Met.
Coming back to where he got going a few years ago, turned Allen around.
Clark, yeah, he turned Allen around, and Allen's another year away. So I think Clark is going to get this one easily. Clark's going to get this one easily.
Clark has been playing well, so he's doing some work over there. Of course, he took a lot of the players from Allen with him over to Clark. So this is a lot of that is going to play a part in that game today. And here we are, the Central State Marauders versus
the Morgan State Bears.
This is a D2, D1 matchup.
All I'm going to say is this. Shout out to my man, Markham Banks, Morgan State alum, former Morgan State football player. If y'all lose this game, you're not going to hear it from the enemy, sir. But I got Morgan State easily taking this one.
You got Morgan State easily taking.
I got Morgan State easily taking this one.
This one kind of just dropped in there. This is Grambling versus, I forget the name of the school.
East Texas A&M.
East Texas A&M.
East Texas A&M.
So they're doing that. We expect Grambling to do what Grambling is supposed to do in this situation.
If they don't, I have questions.
Well, listen, we might have some questions because they had a really
That's why
a Kentucky State team last week who was like, for real, they had to go into overtime. So
hey,
on HBCU Nightly, they didn't want to pick this game because they knew I was probably going to pick East Texas A&M.
And we're going to call this the Brian Jenkins Bowl. That's right. We are going to do that. We are absolutely going to do that as Edward Waters Tigers travel down I-95 to battle the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Mr. Brian Jenkins, who was the interim head coach at Edward Waters, has been officially named the head coach. They took the interim tag off. He has the Tigers 3-0 for the first time in program history. This is the man that I am glad that left Bethune-Cookman because he beat us 9 times in a row at Florida A&M.
He traumatized us too on national television.
Yeah.
2006, 70-7. 70-7.
What do you think can happen with this game, man?
For the first time in program history, Edward Waters is going to start their season 4-0.
4-0.
Wow,
That's a bold,
you got a
that's
clear
bold
upset. You got a clear upset in this one.
That man has traumatized me.
Because listen, this is
like you get the Nick Saban effect. You just came back against him.
Man.
Hey.
Brian Jenkins is legit, man.
He is.
Brian
He
Jenkins is legit as a coach.
And listen, I'm going to tell you this: if they go 4-0, if they make their way to the SIC championship, Dr. Faison, I'm sorry.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry to say this. He gonna be getting a whole lot of phone calls.
He getting a lot of phone calls. Taking that interim tag might not be enough, my friend.
Right, you got to roll out that checkbook and see that one. Guess where we are now? The Broncos versus the Vikings. The Blue and White Bowl. We're gonna call it that.
Hey man, look, you know who I'm going with. I checked him out. I checked him out 2 weeks ago. We struggled a little bit on the offensive end, but hey man, the defense was solid. So we're gonna see. That quarterbacking. I think the Broncos are gonna pull it out.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Broncos can pull that one out.
All right. The battle for the real HU, as they say. Hampton University versus Howard University. Bison, the Pirates.
To my Howard Bison. If not now, when? You haven't beaten these guys since 2014. If not now, when? I think, and I said this on Sunday's Dr. Gaville show last week. Like right now, Hampton is pretty much, they're pretty much on the ledge. They on the ledge right now.
Right.
If they lose to Howard, they jump. They jump. Coming into the core of a conference play, they're jumping. Like they're going to jump because.
Oh, you mean off the ledge?
Oh yeah, they're jumping off the ledge. They absolutely jumping off the ledge. So from my perspective, I got Howard pulling this out. I think this is finally time. I think they're finally going to do it. So I see them pulling this out. But shout out to them. This should be a phenomenal game. Kickoffs at 4:00 for this as well at Artie Field down in DC. Another game that is important to both of these institutions.
Right.
Bragging rights is pivotal, but it's been the Hampton Bowl for the last decade. So this is the time they got to break this. Howard has to break it. So I'm picking Howard in this one.
All right. Well, and even when Howard had some good teams, they were having problems with Hampton. So we're gonna see.
They beat Howard the year they went to Celebration Bowl.
Yeah.
So
there you go. Johnson C. Smith, the Golden Bulls, versus Virginia Union, coming off of a big surprising loss down there in the Unity Classic last week against those same Edward Waters. And speaking of that, I want to acknowledge some things that a couple of people have said before we really get too far. Emmett says if Edward Waters wins this, they are winning the SIAC. He's like, not a question.
Not a question.
E-dub by 13, little baby 245 says. So he's always pulling for the underdog. And Grambling's 2-1 record is misleading. How so is their record misleading, sir?
Did they beat anybody in Division I?
No, that's the point. I know what he means.
I mean, when I be seeing these rankings, I be asking questions.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
The record looks good, but who do they beat?
questions get answered on the field.
You know what I'm saying? The records look good, but who do they beat? That's why.
But you gotta play what's in front of you.
No, I get it. And that's the thing for me, right? And I said this on Cavill's show as well. I said, we're talking about how Grambling struggled against Kentucky State last week.
Right.
Right. And for me, and I always say this, I'm like, when we play a Division II opponent, when an HBCU plays a Division II opponent, It should not even be a question.
Should
not be a question.
Should be a stern lacking.
Should be a stern lacking. Like blowout. Like this should not be a question. Should not be in doubt. Should not be losing at any point. Should not be a question. Maybe 3-0. That's the question. That's it.
If they're classics, they're there for the rest of the atmosphere, but the game itself
should not
be
like Howard and Morehouse played up in New Jersey last week, right? Was not a question. Was not a debate. 38-10.
Well, listen, right now we're talking about two teams. One who has traditionally, Virginia Union, been a powerhouse in the CIAA doing the things that they do. Right. Johnson C. Smith has shown up and has surprised a lot of people.
Yeah.
You want to talk about somebody that might get some phone calls. It's Flowers, Johnson C. Smith.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm picking.
Picking Johnson C. Smith.
I'm picking
him. I'm a golden Bronco, I tell people, because I transferred from Johnson C. Smith to Fayetteville State, so I can't root against them today on live TV with all my friends from the QC out there. So hey,
yeah, I think I know Virginia Union's been a power, but Johnson C. Smith has been there, man. They're there. They've been there. And the thing is, I think this is one of those games where it counts for one and not the other. I think it counts for Johnson C. Smith, but it doesn't count for Virginia Union.
Oh, wow. Well, that's going to be interesting to see how that plays.
More reason why Johnson C. Smith needs it more than they do.
But see, I think, and I disagree with you, I think Virginia Union needs this after the game that they had last week. They played well, but it was just a situation that Edward Waters would not be denied in what they were doing. So I've got Virginia Union, both of you guys, and Johnson C. Smith.
Yeah, I'm thinking from a conference standings perspective, because this counts for Johnson C. Smith, they need this more.
They need it more.
They need it more.
I still think Virginia Union needs the win more. Yeah. Because 2 in a row, I mean,
when was the last
time we've talked about them having 2 losses in a row?
Oh, God, yeah. Good point. Yeah.
So, yeah, there we go. Next, Kentucky State Morehouse. Team that got throttled versus a team that almost put up an upset against a higher division opponent last week.
I'm going with Kentucky State here.
Going with Kentucky State?
I'm going with Kentucky State here. I got to go with Kentucky State here. I mean, they almost did what Morehouse definitely could not do. So I'm going with Kentucky State here.
All right. Let's see. Next. Alabama A&M, the Bulldogs, Sam Shade taking on Lane, a team that he's familiar with, and that's familiar with him. Yeah, this is probably going to be real ugly.
You remember when I just had this discussion point about when you play a Division II opponent, this is what it's supposed to be. What you're going to see in this game is what I should expect when we see this game.
Yeah.
I expect A&M to roll. Like, roll, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Coach Shade is
pads off.
He
got a quarterback doing better on defense.
Pads off.
Round the fourth. Yeah, man. Brown ain't got to pay this whole game, buddy.
And of course, we'll come back to that one, the Aggie Eagle Classic. Prairie View. This is one of those games. You know what? And again, this is one of those teams that I really.
Prairie View better win this.
They need to. Yeah.
Oh, they have to win this game.
Yeah, I think Prairie View's in one of those spaces where they've got to make some things happen. Miles versus Savannah. Uh-oh. Went too fast there. Miles versus Savannah State.
I know Miles ain't the same Miles because they lost a coach.
They lost Sam Shade, who's down at Alabama A&M.
Sam Shade. I'm still going to pick him, though.
Okay.
Even though my uncles will be furious. I have 2 uncles, one who passed away, and I have a cousin who went to Savannah State. But Savannah State, I'm gonna go with the Golden Bears here.
All right. It's going to be interesting to see what these teams are able to do. And now we'll get to that Shaw Bears team that I saw versus the Lincoln PA.
I'm biased.
You got Link?
No, Mother Shaw.
Yeah,
Mother Shaw. I'm biased.
Okay.
I'm biased. A&T started on the campus of Shaw University. I'm biased.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that history. That's a good history there to know. Didn't know that. And our final game, the Virginia State Trojans versus the Fighting Gaithers. The Winston-Salem State Rams.
He should be at our game, but he down in Winston.
Uh-oh.
He should be at, but I understand why. I mean, that's his alma mater. I get it. This is another one of those that counts for Winston, but not for Virginia State.
Wow.
So I'm picking Virginia State here, but it's once again Winston needs this more than they do.
So you count a close one?
Yeah, it's gonna be a close one.
Yeah.
I mean, Gaither was trying to convince me that Winston's gonna win this game, but I just couldn't. I couldn't.
Steve was trying to get you.
He was trying to convince me. I couldn't.
Good man.
Couldn't do it.
He's a good man over there.
Nah, he's good people.
All right, let's see. We've got some folks that says this could be a statement win for Tremaine Jackson. Tremaine Jackson is the coach at
Prairie View A&M.
Prairie View A&M.
Now, I don't know if I would call beating a team that's only had one win in like 3 years a statement win, but okay.
We get it, but
I think the Texas Southern win was more of a statement win than this.
Okay,
that's where I'm at, right? So I think it's important he needs to win this game. I think it would look bad. Like I was disappointed Alcorn not winning a few weeks ago, so they should win this game. Like I think Prairie View should dominate this game. But it ain't a statement win from my perspective.
All right. Well, folks, there you have it. We'll come back, of course, and talk about this game, give our final picks for that. Although David's kind of jumped the gun on that one and told us what he thinks.
He gonna get ran
well,
out
you
of
know
town.
what I'm going to think. I'm not going to pick those guys down the road.
He's gonna get ran out the country.
I can't. Not on this yard. And I wouldn't anyway, but.
Right. You just gotta go with the flow, bro.
No, we'll get you guys involved in it.
All right. So we're going to take us a quick break, folks. We'll be right back with more right here on the BCSN Game Time Show.
Comes to professional learning, teachers deserve better. From the leader in online learning, Stride brings you the Stride Professional Development Center, an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that gives teachers choice and flexibility, allowing them to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. It's time you take charge of your learning. Visit us today to get started.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
Planning an event? From weddings to corporate functions, CMJ Events LLC brings over 15 years of experience to make your vision a reality. Based in Metro Atlanta and serving statewide, even internationally, we provide versatile event planning and authentic catering cuisines tailored to your needs. Whether it's pregame meals for student athletes, fundraisers, weddings, corporate functions, CMJ Events LLC is your one-stop solution for exceptional service and unforgettable food. Our diverse culinary heritage means we cater to all cultural tastes, dietary needs, and food restrictions, making every meal uniquely yours. Let's make your next event unforgettable. Visit us on all social media at CMJ Events LLC or email us at cmjeventsllc@gmail.com. Also give us a call at 404-664-3882 so that we can start planning now.
College football fans, a champion will rise in Atlanta on December 13th. MEAC champion, SWAC champion, the 10th Cricket Celebration Bowl, crowning an HBCU national champion. For event and ticket information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties. Through its programs, Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically Black colleges and universities legendary. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year. Returning to Atlanta on December 12th, 4 bands will qualify for the big stage, where 2 national champions will be crowned. Follow us for rankings updates throughout the season, and join us on December 12th. For event and ticket information, visit bandoftheyear.com.
And welcome back to the BCSN Game Time Show, live from, I'm going to call it Aggieland.
Aggieland.
That's fine. You can call it Aggieland.
You call it Aggieland.
It's Aggieland.
Truist
I actually
Stadium.
like your stadium. Listen, I haven't even been up there yet. Love to look at the press box.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's kind of dope. I'm sorry. That's, I got to give props where props are due.
Yeah.
That there is rather dope and doing some things out there. I'm going to do this again really quick because we know as you guys look over to our left, your right, you see the banner again. Got to always mention the Zora Neale Hurston Festival. Make sure you check it out. The last weekend in January 2026 down in Eatonville, Florida, the oldest Black incorporated municipality in the country. If you have ever seen the movie Their Eyes Are Watching God, that was done by Oprah Winfrey, starring Halle Berry, that is the town that it was about. That's where they lived, in the town of Eatonville. So make sure you check it out. You can check them out at zorafestival.org. Zorafestival.org. We are looking for food vendors of all different types this year. We are back on a space that was the core of the festival for many years. This is the oldest Black cultural festival in the country, and we have the International Food Village. We are going to have about 20 or so of the most diverse, most delicious foods that you can take. So if you're interested, again, go to zorafestival.org and check it out. So let's see. Emmett's talking about for the SWAC West. Yes, it will serve notice. SWAC West, he's referring to the Prairie View.
Yeah.
I mean, is anything really happening in the SWAC West?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Look, man.
We're sorry.
I think Tremaine, I pick Prairie View to win the SWAC West.
Right.
So them getting to the game is one thing. Them being able to win the SWAC championship is another. I think Tremaine, Coach Jack got another year to get a legitimate shot to actually be competitive and actually win. Like, I think there's look, man, FAMU, Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Jackson. If one of those four gets to that SWAC championship, they're going to the Celebration Bowl. Like, I think whoever wins the East is going to the Celebration Bowl.
I was about to say, so it's one of those situations where the East winner is the de facto champion.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to get some more revenue in for the SWAC championship game. That's awesome for that particular institution. They're likely going to host it. But whoever wins the East is going to the Celebration Bowl.
Listen, the East is going to be interesting this year.
Yeah, way more interesting than I thought it was going to be prior to the season. I'll be honest.
Man, listen, Andrew Body, is being exactly who everybody expected Andrew Body to be. And so, Coach, we talked to Coach at BuzzFest this year, and Coach Eddie Robb Jr. was like, last year, man, we didn't have a quarterback. Again, they were down to their fourth string quarterback doing some things. So, it was kind of one of those a wash season. But it's going to be real interesting to see what they're able to do starting next week. Again with their homecoming, they got one of the early homecomings. No, I'm sorry, not next week. The week after next, isn't it? Yeah, their homecomings. We'll be there for their homecoming. That's one of the homecomings that we will be at this year. So we're gonna see what they do, man. They will be playing Bethune-Cookman, who could be coming off of licking their wounds from a defeat by a Division II foe. And hey, look who's jumping in here and joining us, Mr. Holloway. Come on over this way, Mr. Holloway. We're gonna get you on one of these headsets right quick. Yeah, go ahead and grab that headset. You can take a seat over there with him. So, Mr. Brian Holloway, I want to make sure I say I don't want to say your title wrong. So, what is your position here at A&T?
I am the director of direct deposit. As long as it's coming through, you call me whatever you want to call me. But no, associate AD for communications.
There we go. So, this is our first time. I was telling everybody this is my first time actually here in Aggieland on the campus, and it's been interesting. I love you. I'm telling you, I love the press box, and the stadium looks really nice. And I'm seeing it, man. You guys have, from what I see, it's a beautiful campus, which many of our HBCU are, but it's really a nice campus. And I know, being a Rattler, of course, we've had that friendly thing for years where we were back and forth the schools that graduated the most Black people in the country. And I just saw something that we saluted, that you guys now have an enrollment over 15,000 for the first time here.
Yep.
Yeah, HBCUs are growing. I'm HBCU love. He's got on that Florida A&M, but I'm gonna let that pass. But but no, HBCUs are growing. exponentially. Howard is growing. I'm sure Florida A&M is growing. And I think it's just people, especially young African Americans from the Midwest, where HBCUs aren't usually, are finding that it's a great education. We get a lot of out-of-state students now, and so it's just great to see people recognize the greatness of HBCUs. We got great professors, we got a great environment, we got great culture. So why not go to an HBCU, right?
No, most definitely, man. Listen, I tell folks we love all HBCUs except outside of those 30 minutes or those hours, that hour and a half, those 3 hours that we are on the field of competition. And it is like fighting your cousins. So, you're going to fight, you're going to have some fun, and then y'all going to go down and sit down and eat some potato salad and some pie together.
Yeah, everybody thinks their HBCU is the best one, but when you meet people from other HBCUs, you have so many similar like stories, and it becomes family at that point. Because you always have that professor that helped you out, or you have that mom-like figure. So everybody has some of the same HBCU experiences, no matter what HBCU they went to. So you really figure out that it's just really family.
Gotcha. Definitely agree with that. Before I say anything, David, you got anything you want to ask Brian or bring up and talk about it since you guys are here, y'all?
I want to bring up Aggies All In, because I know that's a big thing that we're trying to get down the pike right now from an NIL perspective. So can you talk to us a little bit about that?
A little bit. I wish I had the text number memorized, but Aggies All In. We live in a different time in college athletics, and right now, we have to find a way to be competitive on a field that is very competitive and, for lack of a better term, pay for play. So, I think having this initiative headed up by Mr. Dees, Shamika Pye from, I think it will really help enhance what we're trying to do from an athletic standpoint and try to make sure that we're remaining competitive with some of the folks who, are willing to pay, to have their athletes come and compete. But I will say this, that, we don't, we've been fortunate. We don't have to pay a lot of athletes. We get a lot of high school kids. And, I think the culture of HBCU, Florida A&M, A&T, is that we bring them in and we teach them and we grow them and we make them ours. And so I think that's the beauty of it.
Well, and you mentioned the NIL. My question was going to be, what ways can people help support the program? How can they get in? How can they donate? One of the things that we are going to be huge on this year at the network is getting fans and supporters of HBCUs to do that, just that. Don't go to the club one weekend. Split that $100 up between 3 different schools or send it all to one school. But we have to start taking care of our own. So we want to make sure we give you an opportunity to tell folks how they can help support North Carolina A&T. Even y'all come at me, but I didn't say that out loud again. And we're gonna work some things out. But actually, I got another proposal for that. But how can folks support?
Well, our website is AggieBoosters.com, and so people want to go there. They can. We also have a website, theantpride.com. That's our NIL collective site. So if you want to sponsor a student athlete through that collective, you can. And so there's several different ways. And, like you said, we're starting a text and giving campaign, text to give. So, there's several ways where people can get in and help North Carolina A&T, grow this program, help Sean Gibbs, rebuild this thing to where we know it should be.
All right. Well, there you go, folks. Mr. Brian Holloway. Brian, thanks for your time, man.
Thank
We
you, man.
definitely appreciate it. We're going to take us a quick break, come back, and have a little bit more conversation before we go ahead and get out of here. Get some more B-roll footage. We'll probably have the band coming in for the next time or whatever. But, guys, stay tuned, and we'll be right back right here on the BCSN Game Time Show.
College football fans, the Cricket Celebration Bowl is celebrating 10 years of crowning an HBCU national champion. A champion will rise at Mercedes-Benz Stadium on December 13th as the MEAC and SWAC champions clash in Atlanta. Join us for championship football, interactive fan experiences, and iconic marching bands. It's an HBCU family reunion that you don't want to miss. See who will be crowned the next HBCU national champion. For event and ticket information, visit thecelebrationbowl.com.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically Black colleges and universities legendary. Whether you're a student or a lifelong supporter, our gear lets you wear your HBCU story with confidence and style. Because when you wear HBCU Image, you're not just wearing clothes. You're wearing culture. You're wearing pride. You're wearing purpose. HBCU.
With over 25 years of serving our communities, Destiny Financial Services, a division of Global Life, is here to help you and your family through difficult times. From cancer care to accidental industries to cardiac care, we all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life, but you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call DFS at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at www.globelifeinsurance.com. That is 877-300-8269, or again, the website at www.globelifeinsurance.com.
ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year, a title reserved for elite HBCU marching bands. A season-long competition that culminates in Atlanta on Friday, December 12th. Drum majors, percussion, drill, auxiliaries, musicality. All aspects will be examined by the toughest judges in the world of college bands. 4 will qualify for the big stage, where national champions will be crowned. Follow us on social media for rankings updates throughout the season. And join us in Atlanta on December 12th. For event and ticket information, visit bandoftheyear.com.
All right, everybody. Hello. Welcome back to the BCSN Game Time Show live from Truist Stadium here on the campus of North Carolina A&T State University. All right, guys. Last segment. We're going to get in here. We're going to talk about this game here. We're going to talk about what Mr. Oliver is planning on coming in here and doing. So, you know, I know, David, we already let you talk a little bit. You talked about who you're expecting to, or what's your expectation is of this game. So I don't know if that's just that Aggie pride rolling up in you. See, now I can say it as I'm using it as a descriptor for something.
Yes, you're doing okay so far.
That's all that is. You're
doing okay so far.
Listen, we have those issues if I tried the other way. I think Mr. Oliver's coming in here with a whole other plan, man. I think the Eagles are going to be prepared. They're going to be motivated, and I think they're coming in for an upset.
Well, I mean, the Eagles are the favorite, right? They're the favorite.
In rivalry games, especially on the home court. The predictions I think you can throw out.
They are 13.5-point favorites for this game.
Really?
They are 13.5-point favorites.
With
so
the quarterback issue, that makes sense.
Well, I mean, but here's the thing, right? I think, and I was saying this all preseason, I think we got to remind folks that this isn't last year, right? This isn't last year. The team last year is not the team this year for A&T.
Gotcha.
So I think this is going to be a much more closer game than last year. Way more closer game than last year. I expect A&T to cover that 13.5 points, but I also expect them to win. I know with the quarterback challenges, I get it, but I think this is going to be a very physical game. And I think one thing about the school down the road is that they score in chunks. They get their yards in chunks. So the key for us is to reduce that.
All right.
And if we can do that, we can beat these guys.
But again, Coach talked about a little bit. We want to establish the running game and a solid defense. That in itself slows the game down,
Yes.
right? That gives you more of an opportunity to keep it close.
And it reduces the opportunities that those guys have.
Right.
And since they go in chunk plays, they're going to probably they tend to have more 3-and-outs than folks realize.
Right.
And I know, and I tell folks, look at what happened when they played New Hampshire and Durham. That's the formula to beating those guys. Control the clock, run the football well, play solid defense, reduce the chunk plays.
Okay.
That's the way we got to do it today.
Now, listen, full disclosure, folks, we did try to get our guy Joshua Sims Jr. to come on and join us. He had some personal things, wasn't able to make it, and we couldn't find us a replacement.
Well, you didn't need a replacement anyway, man, because, shout out to Josh, man. I know he said he's going to try to get to the game in town. I know he's got a lot of things going on personally, but but the bottom line is, it wouldn't have mattered anyway, man. He won't admit it, but even he knows that this is different than the last 2 years. This is different.
This is different than the last 2 years.
Different than the last 2 years.
I'm still picking Central.
You can.
To win this game.
Everybody, only person that's picking us is me.
There you go. See, listen.
Everybody else is picking Central, so I look forward to the takes come Sunday.
Okay. Hey, listen, I got you. It's there. It's on wax, as us old heads say. It's right there. We can pull the tape and see it.
On paper.
Folks, we want to thank you guys for tuning in, man, and kicking it with us again. Make sure. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? There was one other thing I wanted to do here before we get out of here really quickly. I said we were going to talk about the Boombox Classic, which is where the Boombox Classic, where we will be next week. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Jackson State.
That's on rules.
Versus the Jackson State versus the Southern Jaguars. And this is from our girl, Sandra Stamps, and the She Say Sports show with one of her guests that they did. So take a listen to this. It's only a couple of minutes. This is one of her guests talking about the Boombox Classic.
Boombox Classic. Come on. We just talked about the bands. Look, we talked about
it wouldn't be the Boombox Classic without the bands. It just the juke and the boom.
Oh my
they
God.
go hand in hand with the game. So and that's just as big a rivalry.
Yeah, the bands, Tailgate.
That's what band rivalry out of all of them.
Oh yeah, hands down. I mean, those are two best. I mean, it's when I see Southern come when they march in, it's a feeling. You know, even though we have I don't want to say hate, but you know, it's.
You sure? No, actually,
we loathe each other. We loathe each other.
Yeah, it is. But man, to see that with those gold capes and they coming in and you're like, look at them, boy. And they
the one drum major, just the one we just need one.
Yeah. I always hear that.
Looking for a car you can count on? At Auto Masters, we offer a hand-picked selection of used and certified pre-owned vehicles priced right and ready to drive. With easy financing and expert service, Auto Masters is your trusted dealership from test drive to keys in hand. Auto Masters, driven by trust, powered by service. Visit our website at automasters06.com or stop by today. And oh yeah, tell them Sonya sent you. Hey y'all, it's your girl Sonya from She Say Sports. Make sure to check us out every Friday morning at 9 a.m. on Black College Sports Network, YouTube, and Linktree. And please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube.
All righty, folks, and that's it. We're going to be getting there next week. We're looking forward to that event. Like I said, we will be premiering our set as we get ready for the first official conference weekend of the schedule. All of our HBCUs should be in full conference play starting next week, so it's going to be great. Looking forward to having a lot of fun. We'll be, like I said, premiering the new BCSN GameTime set at that location. Just looking to have some fun. Guys, it's been real.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man.
Welcome to Aggieland. Enjoy your time.
Oh yeah, everybody go get some food.
Go get some food. Go get some food.
Yeah, I want to be the fat boy. Getting ready to be the fat boy.
Go get you some food. Check out the baddest band in the land.
They keep saying that, fam. He was not here.
I don't. But the thing is, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know. You guys are on bye for some inane reason. You know, just like the rest of the SWAC. But you're gonna get to see the baddest band, the number one band in the band of the year rankings already.
Okay.
The Blue and Gold Marching Machine. So you're gonna get to have a treat.
Okay, but where'd the name come? The Blue and Gold Marching Machine.
I don't know the history of that. I know a lot of history. I don't know the history about where that name came from. But it's a marching machine. You're gonna get to see it today. It's gonna be a blast.
Good.
Folks, thanks again for tuning in, man. We're going to be getting ready to get out of here. Like I said, we're going to go grab us some food, relax. Not just check out this game, but check out a lot of the other games that are going on in the HBCU diaspora today. Please find your games on your HBCU Goes, your SWAC TV, your YouTube channels for the MEAC, SIAC, CIAA. Go check out all these games. Tune in. Even if you just tune in for 5 minutes, tune in and just check something out. Give them the clicks, give them the likes. We will see you all next week in Baton Rouge, but don't forget during the week, BCSN Sports Wrap tomorrow, 6 p.m. The Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab, Tuesday and Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. On Wednesday, we have Inside the HBCU Sports Lab Indian Report with our guy David right here, 7 p.m. Eastern. The Carlos Brown Show Saturday at 11 Central, 12 noon. And the one we just saw, She Say Sports, Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Until next week, you guys take it easy. Enjoy your HBCU weekend.